Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We live. We back, man. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. We are the leaders in single entry 3 max and 20 max content. But have no fear, like I always tell you, man. No matter your style of play, no matter what contest you're in, this is one of the best spots you can be, man. Trust me, you will not be sorry. Hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on so you know when the videos and content drop. Also, do me one small favor, man. Hit that like button for your boy. We've been doing a great job as of late. Let's keep it up over 100 and let's try to strive to that 125, 150 mark. We want to get incrementally better, like all things in life, man. Just get better each day. I need y'all to keep getting better on those likes for me. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you're here, all right? This is my starting five. If you're new here, it's your first time seeing us. This is my starting five where I bring you 5 plays on DraftKings and FanDuel that's more than likely going to be in my player pool. I always say more than likely just because it is NBA DFS, just like you just saw yesterday if you played, man. Injury news is going to be crazy throughout the day, throughout the night. You always got to be paying attention to your lineups up until the last game locks, all right? That's the best way you're going to avoid having duds in your lineup. Sometimes you still ain't going to be able to help it. The news is just going to have you in a pinch and you can't do much like we were last night. But let's get into it, man. Before we do, I got my lineup review going over my best lineups from yesterday's slate. Let's talk about it, all right? Yesterday, man, another rough one. It was a rough one, man. These slates are getting crazy. We got caught with some value pieces like Freeman Liberty, like a lot of people did. You can tell by the ownership. But the slate we had a grasp on the slate early, but then when you got to halfway through the day, you got the news that those Toronto guys was out opening up all types of value, and it just switched everything around. Later on, you got like the Thompson kid out from Detroit opening up more value. So he just got to a lot of value on yesterday's slate, turned into a real stars and scrub slate. You needed Jokic. The winner had Luka and Jokic. I told the gang last night it was definitely a stars and scrubs slate, and you're going to see some Luka and Jokic lineups. Feel free to go that route. I didn't really go that route with Luka and Jokic lineups, but definitely had some Luka lineups, had some Jokic lineups, just didn't have them together. And like I said, got stuck with some rough value pieces. This is my best lineup. Oh, before I even get it, congratulations to whoever this is. This is the craziest thing I've seen. So one guy put the same lineup in 20 times and took down the 20 max. So whoever T Hall is 0717, congrats, man. That is absolutely crazy. I'm hoping that you just got stuck with this lineup in there and didn't have time to adjust. But he definitely had a Luka Jokic lineup. That's something I don't have the balls to do right there. I put in one lineup 20 times, but he did it and won it. Took down everything up top, man. Congrats to him. I can't do it, but hey, congrats. All it needs to work is one time, and it did that one time for him. Got first through 20th place with the same lineup. Crazy. But yeah, this is my highest scoring lineup, 327, $1.20 max. At the top, Cade Cunningham. You heard me talk about him yesterday. 20% on. He had a solid game, man. Missed my prop bet by the hook, by the half a point here. But it happens. Got off to a great start. I thought we was about to be in for a monster game. Just kind of coasted into the finish as they pulled off on these Hornets towards the end. 43 fantasy points was solid from him at 8,400, but definitely need a little more in this spot. Freeman Liberty, man, the value piece that caught everybody, man. It was assumed that he would be getting a start, but they did not. Bruce Brown came back and he got the start. But by the time we got that news, it was so late and it was just really nobody to go to. So I understand why his ownership is still 45%, because by the time we got that news, it was just like nobody left, especially in that $3,500 price range, especially when you already had like Hauser and stuff. So it was really nowhere for me to go. So I left him in there just because I figured he would still play, just not getting the start. I figured he would still see 20, 25 minutes and be live to give us a decent performance, but did not come through for us. 6 fantasy points here. Definitely hurt this lineup. If I'd have had a little more money, maybe could have got the Pritchard. But this was just a late swap here. This is my 20 max. And then, you don't have time to go through every lineup individually. Got to kind of late swap with the optimizer and let them handle it. But Freeman was in a lot of my lineups, man. Killed me with 6 points here at 3,500. Grady Dick, another value piece, solid. 37 fantasy points from him at 28% on. Fontecchio, my absolute favorite value piece. Once the Thompson got ruled out and Fontecchio was getting the start, I told the gang that was my favorite value piece. My top 3 value pieces were Freeman, Liberty, Grady Dick, and Fontecchio. And I just told you how that Liberty play worked out. Dick and Fontecchio got it done for us. Liberty, we just got caught holding the bag there. Nick Richards here, just trying to get different, throwing a little low on piece in here. And it was like a little run back to Cade Cunningham, so a little game correlation here. Nick Richards was okay for us, 30 fantasy points here in this spot. Jaylen Brown was getting to plenty of those Celtics guys once Porzingis and Drew Holiday got ruled out. Was getting to some Hauser, getting to some Tatum, getting to some Brown. Brown 14% on pretty much here, 44 fantasy points, solid for him. Sam Hauser, great play from him, almost 10xing at 3,600, 33% on, gave 33 fantasy points. And then the man you needed, man, you had to have Jokic. 25% on, 94 fantasy points. They pulled off a big come from behind wing. They was down like 20 points at one point. Like, they was getting crushed early. And they pulled off the comeback here. Triple-double for Jokic, man. 94 fantasy points. You just had to have him yesterday. My single entry, as you can see again, Freeman Liberty just got caught holding the bag, man. Was trying to late swap here. This particular one, I was going kind of stars. This is my 12. Not it's a $12 single entry, right? $5 single entry. I went a little. I think I had Jokic over there, but $12 single entry. Luka at top, man, 44% on, 71. Gave you a nice game, but just did not hold a match to Jokic. Jokic outscored him by 23 fantasy points. He definitely was the preferred pay-up option, but Luka Doncic was okay here. Freeman, 61%, got caught with a lot of people over here just holding the bag. Like I said, by the time you got this news, it wasn't much you could do. Fontecchio right here, 37% on, just my favorite value play. I should have left it at 100% when I had him. My first run, I had like 100% Fontecchio. I should have just left it there. He was my favorite value play, 38 fantasy points, solid. Jordan Nwora, man, obviously Bruce Brown being back messed up everything. If he doesn't come back, we get more minutes for Freeman Liberty. Freeman Liberty probably starts and more minutes for Nwora. Nwora was okay. 3,500, 17 fantasy points. Trace Jackson Davis got nervous once this similar to Freeman Liberty. Got nervous once he wasn't in the starting lineup, but it was so late in the night. It's like not much else you could go to. And nothing really else I could do, so I just left him in there. A lot of people did at 40%, but he gave you 34 fantasy points. He rewarded your trust and efforts if you stayed with him. Sam Hauser, like I said, a big one, 37% on, 33 fantasy points. Tatum was just okay, didn't need much from him, man. They turned into a blowout, and the Dallas game turned into a blowout. That would really hurt us. And then finish it out with Vooch around here. Just the blowout definitely killed us. I was fighting this one. Vooch is just a play the optimizer kept giving me. The game could tell you, man, I was fighting it, but it's just one of them spots, man. Sometimes I get these spots where you're supposed to trust your projections more, but I get in certain spots when I know it's just not the guy. So I was fighting this for a minute, and I should have stayed with my first mind, but I trusted the projections and went with Vooch, and it did not work out for me. I was okay with it. I'm not going to cry and put it on the optimizer because I was okay with it. I thought I had a little game correlation here with him and Luka. Figured if it was a closely contested game like Vegas had it projected to be, it'll be one of these Bulls guys, DeRozan. You saw me talk about DeRozan yesterday. It'll be DeRozan or Vooch, one of these two guys keeping the Bulls in it, but did not happen. Just a blowout here for the Mavericks, so that hurt me on my single entry there. FanDuel just didn't get it done. Liberty over here again, man. Told you got caught everywhere with them. But Liberty, Had Garland at the top. He was another guy that started off hot too. I thought we was in for a big one from Garland, but just okay, man. I'm still searching for that big performance for Garland without Donovan Mitchell. Don't think it's going to happen. I think Mitchell should be back the next game, but we'll have to see, man. But yeah, Garland he's just been solid. He hasn't been giving me those 50, 55 like he was touching last year, those big performances. So, just got to keep going back to the well until Donovan Mitchell comes back, and hopefully he gives it to us. Javon Freeman Liberty here, like I said, 54% on, only 7 fantasy points. Klay Thompson, 28% on, 28 fantasy points. Grady Dick, solid value play, 37 fantasy points, 53% on. Got the Michael Porter Jr. here, as I thought this would be a blowout the other way. And I told you, when I tell you I think games are going to be blowouts, I look to the role players, because those who typically make it the blowout. The stars do what they do. The role players having good games is what makes it a blowout. Thought Michael Porter Jr. could be in for a big one here. He was nice for us, right at 40 fantasy points at 6% on. Made the late swap to Bruce Brown over here. 27 fantasy points at 16% on. He was okay. Jason Tatum, once again, just not enough for us to make any noise. 33% on, 43 fantasy points. Jared Allen in a letdown spot here, 16% on, 32 fantasy points. And then Vooch once again down here at the bottom, man. The optimizer was loving Vooch yesterday. I trusted it a little more, and it led me wrong in that spot now. But we'll take it, man. It happens. Let's get back on that horse again today. And it's another crazy day, man. Another crazy day. We waiting on a lot of injury news. This thing is probably going to look different. These last couple of slates, man, it's been looking like end of the year slates already, man. It is rough. NBA, can the Memphis Grizzlies just please go home for the rest of the season? Like, I don't know what they got over there, who they playing or what. Memphis just need to be mercy ruled for the rest of the season. Just let them go home and pack it up, man. It is too much going on over there. But let's get to this starting 5 on this same 7-game slate. Got it queued up for you. At the top, man, I want to look at SGA here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hasn't been getting that much ownership the past couple of slates that he's been on, and he's just been middling performances, nothing over the top, but you get him in a great spot here against the Indiana Pacers. We already know, we've been saying it all year. Pacers, bad defense, one of the fastest paced teams in the NBA. Great spot here for SGA that could look even better, man. Right now, he's playing with a questionable Jalen Williams. If Jalen Williams miss, we've seen this spot for SGA. He just gets all of the playmaking responsibilities, all of the playmaking duties. He has the bulk of them now, the majority, as he is their star, but Jalen Williams is there to kind of combat some of that. Jalen Williams has some playmaking responsibilities, and he can handle the ball and get the offense initiated as well. But when Jalen Williams is out, man, we've seen SGA fantasy point production just go up. I like him in this spot here at 10-5. Gonna love him if Jalen Williams is out. Should be low on. Even if Jalen Williams is out, I think he still comes in a little lower on than he should be with Jalen Williams out. Looking at SGA right here. At the shooting guard, man, this is one of those Memphis guys I was talking about. Dejan Jaru, however you say that. I take it my boy from New Orleans. Sound like he got a little Creole in the name there. But 5,200 here going against the Washington Wizards. He signed a 10-day contract, played 28 minutes last game, and gave a very, very solid showing, man. Memphis Grizzlies is still down a tons of bodies. I expect him to be in play again on this 10-day contract. He's fighting for his NBA life. I don't mind rolling the dice and going back to him. I'm going to see what he comes up with, man. Got a great matchup here against the Washington Wizards. No real defense over there to slow him down. I don't mind rolling him back out here at 5,200 as the Grizzlies just don't have anybody to play. He should be in for big minutes. I'm going to look at Dejan Jaru here again. At the small forward, I want to look at Malik Monk, 6,700, man. Comes off the bench for these Kings, but you might well say he's a starter. He's playing 30 to 35 minutes in close games. Been playing well, man. Going against the Bucks here, who's been kind of hot lately, but I'm still not worried about that defense over there. Malik Monk's a scorer. You know what he does. Sign me up for Malik Monk here at 6,700. at the power forward spot. Now, with no Sengun over there, the Houston Rockets team is going to be your team today. Everybody's going to be going to the Rockets. Your optimizer's probably going to be giving you 2 or 3 Rockets in a lineup just because of the usage and everything that opens up with Sengun out. People going to Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson as well. But the guy I got my eye on is Jabari Smith Jr. Alright? No Sengun here. We don't know what the Rockets going to do with this starting lineup. They got a lot of interchangeable parts over there, especially with the wing guys. So we'll have to see what this starting lineup is. But I think it's a good chance Jabari Smith Jr. gets to start at center. We seen these spots last year without Sengun, and they started Jabari Smith at the center position. I don't know if they do that here, but it's a good chance. It's definitely in the realm of possibilities. Either way, he's starting. He's playing big minutes. He's playing well this season. And like I said, with no Sengun out, that opens up usage for everybody. More usage for VanVleet. More for Jalen Green. It's just more shots to go around. More rebound opportunities, assist opportunities for guys like VanVleet. I just think this is a nice spot for Jabari Smith. He probably could be one of the lower owned Rocket guys here. I think all the ownership is going to flow to Thompson, VanVleet, and Green. I think Jabari Smith is the lower owned Rocket here. I think he's going a little overlooked. I like getting to him in this spot. Love the matchup against the Spurs. At the center spot, man, coming back to that Memphis-Washington game on the other side, give me Kyle Kuzma. He's just been playing well, lighting it up, getting this Memphis Grizzlies team that should just be home for the rest of the season, man. Great matchup. I don't even got to say it. He's playing well, live for a double-double. Sign me up against Kyle Kuzma. They should punish the Grizzlies here in this spot, all right? There you have it, your starting 5 for DraftKings. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Dejan Giroux, Malik Monk, Jabari Smith Jr., and Kyle Kuzma, man. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. Be advised now, this starting 5 is more than likely going to change. It is too much injury news, not for some better value to open up throughout the slate. So keep your eyes and ears peeled, man. I may tweet out an update for y'all. I may go back to tweeting a couple of plays for y'all and tell y'all who I'm on. So keep a lookout on that and follow me on Twitter if you ain't already. Let's go take a look at FanDuel and see what I'm feeling over there. On the FanDuel side, at the top, I want to look at Fred VanVleet, man. He should pick up extra assist opportunities, more playmaking responsibilities with no Sengun down there to go to. VanVleet has been playing solid, man. I like getting to him. Okay price tag at $8K. Wish he was a little cheaper, but price tag is solid. It's all right. I wish he was in that low 7 range, but I'm okay with it, especially in this matchup against the Spurs with no Sengun. At the shooting guard, I'm staying with Dejan Giroux. Now, it's interesting they have him cheaper over here on FanDuel. This is what I be talking about with FanDuel. FanDuel, how in the world is Amen Thompson more than Jalen Green? Somebody tell me that. But anyway, Dejan Giroux, you getting them $400 cheaper over here on FanDuel. Sign me up, man. I told you I'm going back to him. I'm going to see. Was it a flash in the pans? Who knows? It was his first game. We don't have much information on him. What I do know is more than likely he's going to be playing big minutes because the Grizzlies do not have many other players. So sign me up for Dejan Giroux at $4,800. At the small forward, I don't mind going back to Corey Kispert here in this spot. We're going to need that Richaun Holmes news. He's questionable with that toe injury. If Holmes is back, that means Kispert probably goes back to the bench, so we'll be off of this play. But as long as Holmes is out, I expect the Wizards to roll out the same starting lineup they did last time. And Corey Kispert is a scorer, good shooter here, going against a lackluster Memphis Grizzlies defense. I don't mind getting to him for another little value piece, provided he's starting once again. At the power forward spot, I want to look at G.G. Jackson, man. Listen, he is just going to play. He's primarily scoring as well. If that shot is off, it's going to be a long night for us. But I'm just playing Memphis, the guys that they have, because I'm pretty sure they're going to have to play big minutes because they don't have many of the guys that they have, man. I think they just signed like William Gabriel to a 10-day contract or something like that. He may get some playing time tonight. It is just a shit show over there for the Memphis Grizzlies, man. But sign me up for G.G. Jackson. Sign me up for Dejan Jarreau. These young players who still playing hard, trying to make a name for themselves. Don't mind going to G.G. Jackson. He has the capabilities of lighting it up for you scoring-wise. And the Wizards defense still does suck. So sign me up at 5,700 here. And then at the center spot, man, the center is just ridiculous today. I forgot to show it on the DraftKings side, but when you just look at all the injuries, man, just look at that like, give me Wembanyama, 11-4, man. You know what you're getting. It's a mixed bag. It is a mixed bag, man. He can give you 80 or he can give you 40. It just does not matter. I'm playing for the upside. You know I always got Wemby in my lineup. Second night of a back-to-back. He's been playing them as of late, just coming off a little ankle thing, so maybe they limit him a little bit. Hopefully we get news if they do, but he should be a full go, man, and just sign me up for Wemby, and however he's feeling tonight, I'll take it. Hopefully he's feeling the 80 side of things. It can get us 5 or 6 blocks over here on FanDuel, but there you have it, man. Just starting 5 for FanDuel. Victor Wembanyama, G.G. Jackson, Corey Kispert, Dejan Jarreau, and Fred VanVleet. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. You know they're going to be in mine, all right? That's going to do it for us here today, man. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Let's get it.